Business simulation game provides training of practical skills in the management of business operations. The application-oriented and competence-based teaching method used in business simulation game significantly enhances the learning experience of university students as well as working professionals, effectively drawing out their unique talents. Today's global business environment is defined by volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. Education professionals throughout the world also face many unforeseen new challenges because of the pandemic. Advanced technology of business simulation game will shape the learning environment in Asia. Business simulation game was developed after World War II, mainly inspired by the successful operations of the American and German military staff work during that period. Business simulation game could well be described as a war room concept. From the beginning to the present, board game and computer game are the two different forms of continuous development of business simulation game. My speech will mainly focus on the development of computer game. Business simulation game is widely used in topics such as strategy, marketing, finance, accounting, logistics, and information management. The effectiveness of teaching with business simulation game has been proven by many famous institutions globally as the best teaching method compared with lectures, multimedia, case study, and so on. Business simulation game creates a competitive environment and is an enjoyable way of learning the core business concepts. It allows learners to experiment with business strategies, test business ideas, and understand the consequences of their actions in a virtual business environment. As students apply their theoretical knowledge playing the game, they learn to make strategic and tactical business decisions. They develop critical skills that are vital to the success in today's business world. Putting the learners in fairly realistic market situations to help them learn essential business concepts and business skills is the primary reason for learning through business simulation game. The simulation game requires the students to study the economic conditions as well as the competitors. It also requires them to take strategic actions in the operations of the business, observe the results, and modify the strategic actions so as to stay in the competition and win. Immersive learning and action learning are the two important elements in advanced teaching methodology. The most important lessons are learned by doing. At the university level, business simulation game program is offered in both undergraduate and graduate courses for students who have not yet entered the workforce. For corporate training, business simulation game provides state-of-the-art program for human capital management. The Asian economy is becoming a more important contributor to the global economy. Yet, education in management is still far behind other developed regions of the world. What are the new challenges that confront the education and learning in management? First, the COVID-19 pandemic changes our lives. It also changes the learning environment and learning methods. The challenge is, how can we transfer the enthusiasm in learning that was originally built into group discussions or even heated debates in the classroom to online learning? Although Zoom, Microsoft, Google, and many application providers have quickly introduced online solutions, the bottleneck exists between teachers and students. and usually it is more difficult for teachers than students to adapt to this change. Second, with rapid changes in IT technology, how can we keep up with the trend and bring better learning results to the learners? Third, how can we use new technology to help students in campus with multicultural backgrounds to learn? How can we use new technology to help our society and the enterprises to deal with a multicultural learning environment to advance and improve? Last, how can we make better use of the internet to cover wide area and huge learner bases? For populous countries like China and Indonesia, they hope to capitalize the country's best teaching resources to serve more citizens in a more effective and lower cost way. And there are more challenges. I will now address some advanced education technologies that impact business simulation game. First, massive open online courses, or MOOCs. In recent years, the success of massive open online courses, or MOOCs, has encouraged further innovations in education technology. For example, through the use of Learning Management System (LMS) or Learning Content Management System (LCMS), the Shareable Content Object Reference Model, or SCORM, as an industry standard makes online courses even more effective for learners to learn in the best way possible by emphasizing "don't reinvent the wheel." In the Chinese-speaking education market, a lot of new technologies, which were inspired by the United States in the early days, are adopted through localization and re-innovation. Many interesting and effective applications are hugely popular. A good example in China is MOOCs. The content diversification, content representativeness, learning community management, and technology development all serve as good references for other Asian countries. Besides MOOCs, there are also other new technologies which are used in business learning. Here, I would like to highlight their application in business simulation game. These new technologies provide better solutions than the old traditional ways to overcome the challenges that confront our education and learning, coming from the COVID pandemic, the volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous business environment, the multicultural nature of business learning, and the widespread use of the internet. These technologies include web applications, artificial intelligence or AI, augmented reality or AR, virtual reality or VR, applications or apps, business intelligence or BI, and so on. Here, I would like to share with you my experience with these new technologies. Artificial intelligence or AI, including deep learning and machine learning, can be used for quiz, Q&A, FAQ, or online tutor, and is easy to adopt. Artificial intelligence can facilitate new development or fine-tuning of the business simulation game in terms of algorithm design. Here is the business game-based learning object model or Bloom approach that I would like to share with you. As depicted in Figure 1, the business game-based learning object model approach is implemented in a 6-step process to create a simulation game system through collaborative work among developing teams with different backgrounds. Adopting artificial intelligence in each step for evaluation purposes can minimize development costs and risks that may occur in human communication or other related problems. Augmented reality and virtual reality can enrich the learning experience, especially for learners who are not serious about studying. You can see in these pictures what we did in Guangzhou City, China, to let the mentor teach the apprentice automobile repair by using augmented reality smart glasses. Another case is a virtual reality application on teaching merchandising in chain store business, which has been adopted in several Taiwanese university laboratories. Applications or apps, be it mobile apps and cross-platform apps, are the indispensable ways of teaching now. The responsive web design format will be a better choice, unless you have strong financial support. Business intelligence is widely used in many industries, and it is an absolutely necessary element in business simulation game. Today, learners do not come only to learn complex calculations, but more importantly, they learn to make better judgments on the results calculated by computers. We can refer to various business intelligence applications from Microsoft, SAP, or Oracle. Management dashboard is one specific way in the presentation of business intelligence. Big data, especially online analytical processing, is a powerful technology for data discovery, including report viewing, complex analytical calculations, and predictive what-if scenario planning. Online analytical processing is a great help to the data collection and analysis in business simulation game. These technologies are also relatively easy to obtain. So far, I have mentioned the application of some new technologies in business simulation game. Next, from the perspective of teaching, how can business simulation game as an education technology be applied to the teaching of courses? First example, curriculum design. Let me use a course from a university in Hong Kong. This is a 13-week course with 36 university students studying the subject of operation management. Because of the pandemic, all classes are conducted online. Zoom is the teaching platform, and MBS is the business simulation game platform used to conduct the course. The contents of this 13-week intensive learning include lectures, group discussions, business simulation game, presentations, and assessments, which are all conducted around the game. Throughout the semester, the business simulation game is open 24 hours a day, which greatly improves students' willingness to participate. Individual and groups of students can always study and discuss to play the game, whether they are in the online class or outside of class. The students are in Hong Kong as well as regions outside of Hong Kong. The teacher guides the students step by step to understand the business simulation game and then combines the teaching of logistics, finance, operation management, and strategy into the game. The final teaching results were highly appraised and affirmed by teachers and students. A grand regional competition will be held in Hong Kong on June 19 this year. Representatives from Hong Kong government, associations, and all Hong Kong universities will be present at the event, where 200 participating students in Hong Kong and overseas will join the competition via the Zoom and MBS Business Simulation Game platform. Another example is wide area and very large number of game participants. For a populous country like China, business simulation game participants are in very large number. The government hopes to popularize entrepreneurship and management education and therefore encourages activities involving hundreds of thousands of students. In the past, competitions were held on site. With the pandemic, now it must be hosted as an online event. This will be a huge challenge. This kind of competition usually takes 3 months to a year to complete. At this time, community-based technologies such as instant messaging, short videos, long videos, forums, micro-courses, and online customer service are already part of daily life. Various web applications, including cloud services, decentralized storage, and backup services are used everywhere. E-commerce and online community technology must be integrated. We will face more challenges and opportunities as education technology evolves further. I hope to share more about our experience with you and work together with you to face these new challenges and opportunities. Thank you for listening.